Okay, great. Oh, now we're working. Okay, welcome to Unity on the North Shore Sunday service. If you're joining us virtually on Zoom or watching later on social media, we're glad you're here. My name is Pam DeFilio, and I'm your worship assistant today, and Michael Panozzo is our prayer chaplain. Our guest speaker is Reverend Ken Turner, who will do our lessons and meditation. And our musicians are Cal Youngelson and Danny Bauer. This morning, we're going to start with lighting the Advent calendars. Today marks the second Sunday of Advent, a 4-week season to rest from the busyness of everyday concerns and holiday pressures, and instead prepare ourselves spiritually for rebirth and renewal of the divine within. Last week, Reverend Kurt invited us to consciously appreciate the things that bring us hope. As Michael lights the first candle, I invite you to bring to mind something that sparks hope in you this morning. It could be something beautiful, something promising, or anything that inspires you. This week's invitation is to prepare for the coming of Christmas by cultivating peace of mind and heart. As you move through the coming days, be grateful in the moments when you feel at peace. And in moments when you feel anxious or annoyed, be mindful of how you might bring calmness and peace to your experience. As Michael lights the second candle representing peace, silently affirm, "Peace, be still." And we'll just take a moment's pause to experience that after Michael lights the candle. And so it is. And now some music from Cal and Danny.
Good morning. So it says Peace Train on the sheet here, but we are going to do a different peace song. So this is a great song by the pianist Horace Silver called Peace. And I didn't realize it had lyrics until 2 days ago when Cal suggested it. I've only done this instrumentally, so this is a treat for me as well.
There's a place that I know where the sycamores grow and daffodils have their fun, where the cares of the day seem to slowly fade away in the glow of the evening sun. Peace is for everyone. If I go there real late, let my mind meditate on everything to be done. If I search deep inside, let my conscience be my guide, then the answers are sure to come. Don't have to worry none. When you find peace of mind, leave your worries behind. Don't say that it can't be done. With a new point of view, life's true meaning comes to you, and the freedom you seek is won. Peace is for everyone. Peace is for everyone.
Thank you. That was wonderful. About unity. Unity is a positive, practical approach for spiritual living based on the teachings of Jesus and the power of prayer. We believe in the truth and beauty in every spiritual tradition, and we honor the many paths to the one God. Wherever you are on your journey of faith, you are always welcome here. We like to create a safe space where people are empowered to take risks and live their deepest truth. If this is your first Sunday with us, we extend a loving welcome. Many of us were surprised to learn there was a spiritual community that thought and believed the same things we did. It felt like coming home. We hope your experience this morning is equally powerful and that you'll return. And now, more music with Cal and Danny.
This is the group song, so sing along if you know it.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome here.
Thank you, as usual. I really liked that. The first one was really soulful, thank you. And I certainly need to be reminded that I need to be here and I'm in the right place at the right time. Thank you. Good morning. My name is Michael Panazzo. I'm your prayer chaplain today. I will be available at the candle in the back to pray after the service in person if you'd like. There's also a prayer box in the back if you're new to the service that you can put a written prayer request. And if you're online, you can go into the chat and do a prayer request. And you can always get prayer at unitynorthshore.org prayer request. Okay, if you'd like to just kind of move into a place, into maybe moving from your mind to your heart, and breathe into your heart space, and we'll open up to today's daily word. It's peace. So we breathe into that heart space. Centered in God, I am a peaceful presence. I step away from the busyness of holiday preparations and all the important work that has to be completed before the year's end. I continue my Advent journey by practicing peace. In the present moment, wherever I am, peace is. I am gracious with store clerks and servers in restaurants. I add positive, peaceful thoughts to conversations. When I'm traveling, I bless other drivers with whom I share the road and fellow passengers on public transportation. Peace flows from that place in consciousness where God's presence fills my awareness. I need not find a quiet place. Whenever I'm willing, anywhere can be a peaceful sanctuary. The peace of God refreshes and goes with me as I return to the activity of the day. Wherever I go, I choose to be a loving, peaceful presence. Okay, now we'd like to go into prayer. Again, calling you to center, maybe take some breaths. Be still in this moment. Breathe. Let everything go. We rest in the silence. And we hold in prayer ourselves and all of our loved ones. We surround them with the presence of God. Now let us hold in prayer all those who are suffering all over the world. We affirm the presence of God's love, grace, and guidance in every person, in every human condition, and so it is. Amen.
For the feature song, we're gonna do a great song called "Playing for Changes" by Sarah Bareilles.
We are. Brother, brother, come walk with me. Show me the tops of the canyons above the sea. And say, look around you, your kingdom's wide. To carry the weight of this world with pride. But I am humbled and I'm confused. There is no mountain I've found here that I can move. And you say, sweet love, your heart is great. So carry this world and let it show you your fate. To keep playing for love, playing for peace, playing for light. Come down and set me free. Playing to say, playing for change, playing for peace. Sister, sister, lay your burden down. Keep your heart wide open and listen to the sound. It's all around you. Your kingdom's wide. To carry the weight of this world with pride. But I am humbled and I'm confused. and set me free. Playing for change, playing to save, playing for peace. I'll keep playing for love, playing for peace, playing for light, come down and set me free. Playing to save, playing for change, playing for peace. We are, I am, we are, playing for peace. We are, I am, we are, playing for peace.
Our guest speaker this morning is Reverend Ken Turner, Minister of Unity of Chicago South Spiritual Community. A graduate of the Emerson Institute, transformational New Thought minister, facilitator, independent TV producer, and author. Reverend Turner integrates holistic messages with a healthy dose of spirituality and practical application of universal principles. His approach to New Thought helps to break down complexities while heightening understanding of the universal spiritual principles. Welcome, Dr. Turner.
Okay. See if I do this right. I had training this morning. It's on. It says it's on. Thank you. Hi, Danny.
Good morning.
I haven't seen you for a while. It's always good to see a friendly face. How are you doing this morning? Good. I have 3 people that are doing good, and the rest of you don't know, right? Is that what you say? Thank you for that warm introduction. I'm glad to be here. I like Kurt. He's a really great guy. I hope you like him too. If you don't, I won't tell him, I promise. Someone came in this morning and said, "Where's Kurt?" And they looked at me. I said, "That's not me." I tell you, hasn't happened like that. Peace. This is a time, a period for peace. It's a wonderful time of the year, without a doubt. Today's talk is subtitled, "If you build it, you will come." If you build it, you will come. And before we start, just about every Sunday, we like to remind people of their own divine presence. And we do it by letting you know that there is an infinite source within everyone. It's there for each, no matter their race, creed, or religious practice. You can believe what you may, but you should know that the source of the universe is also the source of each of us. Therefore, the power and the principle supporting the stars is the power and principle available to each of us. I want you to know, as I declare this statement, I'm declaring it for everyone in the room, everyone that's watching on Zoom. I declare it for all. I am open and receptive to this divine living principle. Father, Mother God, I am grateful. This is my declaration. This is my truth. And as I accept it, so it becomes. And all is well, and well indeed. Peace is a kind of spiritual suit, if you would. It's invisible in nature, but when you tailor it to yourself to fit, the whole world knows that you're wearing it. When you are peaceful, the world knows it. Peace is elusive when it's built on changing tides created by situations, circumstances, and issues encountered in our external world. But when you build on a foundation of our inner divine presence, it grows in stability, it grows in stature. The life that we want, the peace we seek, is created not in the outer, but instead it is created from our feelings, from our reactions, from our thinking, and from our desires. This is the spiritual truth of our practice. Our life is truly first an inside job, which then expresses in our outer experience. One of the experiences most people want, hopefully everyone in this room, more than anything else, is to have peace in their life on earth. A peace that is experienced in conjunction with this life right now that we're experiencing, not some peace later on, as they say in the old church, in the by and by. We want peace now. How many people want peace right now? Okay, there are 2 people that didn't raise their hand. I suggest the rest of you stay away from now. Okay. See, we know, in our hearts, we know that right now, right here, there is something sustaining us and expressing through us as us. We call it the Christ, we call it divine presence, we call it the spark, but it is there and we know it's there. See, our teachings tell us that which sustains us, that which expresses as us, is the same today as it was yesterday. It doesn't change. It's unmoved by the events of the world. Let's stop right here and say, okay, what does all that mean? We talk about the God within us. We talk about the power within us. We talk about the presence within us, the Christ within us. That Christ, that power, that presence is at peace right now. It was at peace at the beginning and it will be at peace tomorrow. And if I am not at peace, it's because there's a disconnection between my experience and my truth. I often get to a place that I have to come off my script, and that was one of them. I never wanted to tell you that you were disconnected to your spirit and your truth, but if you're not experiencing the peace that you want, there is a disconnection, because the peace that you want is within you already. It is not something that we create outside. We move the furniture around, we buy new clothes, we do a lot of things, but all of those things are to motivate that which is within us. The teacher's teacher, Emma Cady, says that educate means to bring out what is within you. So the next time that you're troubled, the next time that I'm troubled, I have to realize that there's some trouble inside of me. And that trouble is expressing, and it's not a bad thing. It's okay if you recognize it and move on. The great Goose Tatum said at a conference once, you can't control the thoughts that come into your mind, but you can control if they reside in your house forever. So it's not about the thoughts that come, it's not about the anger that might come, it's about I hold on to it and I allow it to fester in me and take away the peace connection that I have, the natural peace connection that I have with that Christ consciousness. See, the peace that we want is available to all of us. But it is drawing that peace from within us and not trying to create a peace outside of us. You say, well, whereof? Hold on. You telling me not to be peaceful? No, not at all. What I'm saying is that the peace that we seek is already present, and when we start developing the relationship with the peace that's within us, it will automatically change our experience out here. It doesn't need our help, it just needs our expression. It needs permission to express. So all of us that are working here and there and hard to have a peaceful life, and we read and we meditate and we do all these things to create peace, when we start understanding we are creating an opportunity for peace to flow out of us, it changes everything. It changes the dynamics of our life. Wow. Did you know you had that much power? Don't raise your hand, because I'll tell on the ones that didn't. That means that they didn't know they had the power. But each of you have this power. It's not exclusive to any religion. It's not exclusive to any person. It's not exclusive to any, it's exclusive to the human race. So if you want peace, start seeking it from where the peace center is. The peace that we have, the power and the peace that we have can stand up against any adversary of any type. You see, the world itself is filled with pressures and upheavals and vibrations that affect our lives. So we need something that's steady. Remember, I said it doesn't change. As it was yesterday, it will be tomorrow, and it is today. So that's the stability that is within us as we go through our lives. Yesterday, my son came. Hadn't seen him in years. And he's a trickster. I don't know where he gets it from, probably his mom. But anyway, he stood in front of me, and I hadn't seen him, and I couldn't recognize him. I didn't recognize him. He was having just a joyous time standing there saying, "My dad doesn't recognize me." And he said some things that I almost got my gun, because I was going to shoot him, because he was coming with some crazy stuff. And then I realized who he was, and he had laughed and all of that. I said, what does that mean about peace? Sometimes peace is not what we think it is. Sometimes we have to change our ability to recognize peace. And I'm saying that to say that if we're outside looking for peace, if we're running around here and there looking for peace, and we haven't stopped to allow peace to come forth, we might be looking in the wrong place. But I didn't say that to beat up anybody. I just said that for us that really want some peace. There's an indwelling spirit, and that spirit is waiting to express. We came here complete. We came here whole, but not complete. Our job is to complete ourselves. You say, well, what does that have to do with peace? It's hard to complete yourself. It's hard to do what you're here to do if you're in turmoil. And you continue to look for someone else outside of you to bring peace to you. It comes from within. It's something that we should work to develop. Now, for those of us that are still learning how to walk on water, trying to generate real peace through our outer actions, we may be finding it very difficult, maybe even fleeting at best. Meaning that there are times that we have peace, and then there are times that we get upset. There are times that we want to, I'm just going to speak for me now, we want to tell somebody what we really think about them in words that we don't normally use and we wouldn't use in front of our mother. It's called cursing. But that's not a bad thing nor a good thing. That's just a thing. And sometimes I would say that some of us say, well, because I fell off the wagon, that means I must not have it. I'm here to say to you today, no matter how many times you fall off the wagon, the peace that you have within you is still there waiting to express, and it can express at any point, at any time. It's up to you to allow it. What we're trying to do is to create a stable peace, a more dependable peace, more than anything we can create outside of ourselves. See, our work, our task is to develop a consciousness of the presence of peace and then develop a practice to release the peace. If you get nothing else today, nothing else at all, if you never see me again, if you never hear about me again, I want to leave you with those two things because those two things are so very important. To develop an awareness of inner peace and then develop a practice to release it. So whatever your spiritual practice is, your yoga, your meditation, your prayer, is it in conjunction with what is already in you and wanting to release it? Or are you out here trying to grab God and make God do your bidding? That's a question you have to ask yourself. But if you are not developing that inner peace, if you're not acknowledging it, if you're not making yourself more aware of it every day, you're missing the wonderful joy of a peace that overcomes all adversaries, all problems, all everything. Now, I will ask that question. How many people would like that type of peace every day? You knew I was going to get you, right, if you didn't raise your hand on that one. So as we kind of move through this and get past it, what are you really saying, Rev? What are you here to tell us today? What did you drive out from Chicago to come out and visit us and share with us today? If nothing else is to share with you, there's nothing that you desire that you don't already have. There's nothing that you desire that you don't already have. It is about developing a path for what you want to come out and express itself in your experience. We learned early on, as we study this stuff, New Thought, that any desire we have comes from God. And then we interpret that desire. Some of us interpret it in a negative way, no one here, and some of us interpret it in a positive way and build great lives. But the greatest thing we can get out of that understanding, out of that concept, is that it's already in me. And if you leave here today saying, it's already in me, the peace I desire is already in me. When I light the candle, it's to remind me that it's already in me. When I pray the prayer, it's to remind me that it's already in me. When I meditate, I'm opening a path for that which is already in me to come forth out of me. All the work that I do is to allow what is already there, put there by a much higher power than myself, put there so it can be released out into the universe. That's how powerful you are. We're going to stop here with this last little bit that's so important to me. My brother mentor is here, and that's why it reminds me of this. The power of focused peace. There was a study done, I think 20 years ago now, I think it was Washington, D.C., and the community decided that they wanted to stop violence. And what they did, they didn't pray to God, which is good, but they decided to meditate on peace in their community. They did it for a certain period of time every day for a period of time, over some weeks. The statistics say that violence dropped. They didn't march. They didn't go on TV. They didn't do any of those things. They came together as a very small group, and they focused on peace in a particular community, and it worked. You say, okay, what's that all about? You're from Chicago. You probably need to do that there, right? We hear about you guys. That was funny. The point is that the peace that they wanted, they generated from within themselves. And it changed the community. That's the power that each of you possess. It's not mammy-pammy. It's not pie in the sky. It's a fact. So if you want to change something, if in your community you want to change something, and 3 or 4 of you get together and you focus on peace and changing that, it will work. It will work. It's been proven. Whew. You guys are so quiet. It's kind of being with our online ministry. I'm talking to a camera, so there's no feedback at all. I'm like, am I still talking to a camera? Not because you're bad people and you should be clapping, just because I feel certain energy, a positive energy. And it feels so good. And in this quietness, you know what I feel? Anybody? 4 people listening on that side. I'm glad you got it. Absolutely. So we've brought peace into this chapel today. You've brought peace into this chapel. Your consciousness has brought this chapel into a state of peace, no matter how you came into the room, no matter what your neighbor was thinking. There were enough of you that decided this is going to be peace today, and you made this a peaceful chapel. You should be very proud of yourselves, the ones that did that. The ones that didn't do that, be happy that the other ones were here today to bring you some peace. Right? So with all of that said, I want to say thank you so much for allowing me to come out today and to be with you today. I appreciate Kurt for having me out, And I hope that you do leave here with a different understanding of peace and the power that you have to generate peace. If you do that, as I said, everything else will fall into place. We like to say at the end of each talk, blessings and bliss and namaste.
Bring me back to center. Bring me back to flow. Now my soul surrenders. Peace is all I know. Bring me back to center. Bring me back to flow. Now my soul surrenders. Peace is all I know. Peace is all I know. Peace is all I know. In this moment I am whole. Peace is all I know. Bring me back to knowing. Peace is letting go. Love is overflowing. Peace is all I know. Peace is all I know. Peace is all I know. In this moment I am whole. Peace is all I know. Peace is all I know. Peace is all I know. In this moment I am whole. Peace is all I know. In this moment I am whole. Peace is all I know.
Let us center ourselves. Inhale. Release a cleansing breath. Allow your body to become light. Allow your head and shoulders to just drift together. Now, as I speak these words, I speak them for everyone. I am at peace. I am peace. I am at peace. I am peace. In this moment, at this time, my mind is attuned to the infinite peacefulness. My body is now quiet. Peace is expressing as me. I am in divine balance. My world is in divine order. Peace flows through me now, and I rest in this divine balance. Breathe. Release. Breathe. Release. And rest in the statement, I am peace. As my mind is attuned to the source of all peace, I express that peace flowing into all that I do. I am still, and I know that the power within me is divine good. My inner peace is my contribution to peace in the world. I am in my peace, and in this moment, at this time, peace abides everywhere. This great invisible stream is flowing through the universe and flowing through me right now. Breathe, release, rest. Rest in knowing I am one with this abundance of peace around me. I feel divine peace growing in every atom of my being. Peace is the focus of my thoughts. My heart pumps the feeling of peace throughout my body, through my nervous system, through my entire being. Peace is being pumped and pumped and pumped. And as I rest in this quiet movement of peace, I begin to return to this moment in this place. And I bring the peace that has touched me and that I have touched back into this space. And I walk forth this day embraced by my activated inner peace, declaring that in this moment and at this time, so it is, so it is, so it is, and amen.
And now is the time in our service when we share our love offerings. Here are 3 simple ways to give. You can text the word GIVE to 815-827-6052. You can give online at our website, www.unityns.org, or mail a check to 3434 Central Street, Evanston, Illinois, 60201. Please consider making a recurring gift. You can do that in the Tithely app, TITHLE.LY, or to avoid any transaction fees, you can set up an automatic payment with your bank's online bill payment feature. In the sanctuary, please place your gifts in the bowl at the back. So now, let's bless our giving and receiving. Together, divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Amen. Please stand as we join in singing the offertory song.
I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Thank you, musicians, live stream team, and everybody who's been here today, Reverend Turner. Your presence has blessed us. We have a few announcements. We know that the holidays aren't always jolly for everybody, especially if you've lost a loved one or if you have had some transition in your life. Maybe there's an empty place at the table. There is an Everlasting Light service, which is a time to honor our feelings of loss or grief. And it's a Zoom service this Wednesday, December 5 at 5:30 p.m. There's also an in-person service on Thursday. It says December 8 at 6 p.m. And then for our Christmas and holiday services, there's a Christmas Eve candle lighting, which is Saturday, December 24 at 6 p.m. And that's both in person here and online. And then Christmas Day service, Sunday, December 25th at 10:30 a.m. and that's on Zoom. New Year's Eve Burning Bowl service is Saturday, December 31st, that's New Year's Eve, at 6 p.m., both here in the sanctuary and online. And then New Year's Day service at 10:30 a.m. on Zoom. And that's it. Thank you. And now Cal and Danny will lead us with our peace song, and then Michael will close out with our prayer for protection.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Remembering, as you reminded us, that everything that we want and everything we desire is within us, we affirm who we really are. The prayer of protection is on the screen, if you'd like to join me. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. And the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence. Wherever we are, God is, and we are divine. Thank you. Have a great day. Remember to treat your restaurant servers, everybody you meet today, with peace.